guys, I'm back with another installment of my mommy favorites, this time sharing products that were really helpful, useful, and fun for me and my daughter during the 7 to 8 month period of her life. So I'm going to start with a couple of toys. These have actually been favorites for a while, but Charlotte has really gotten into these this past month. These are the little Baby Einstein musical toys. Baby Einstein makes great toys. They make lots of different kinds of toys. There it goes. Oh, it's really loud. Sorry, she's sleeping, I'm hoping. Well, no, that was the demonstration of the noise it makes. You push the buttons, they make different noises. This one counts in French and Spanish and English, as well as makes the noises, and this one just has different songs that it runs through. It's classical music. Really great little toys. She's had this one since birth. We bought this one recently to have as a secondary play item in a different area of the house that she plays in, so we could have one in each place. And they've also come in really handy because in the past month, Charlotte has gotten increasingly more mobile. I never know how to say this. Is it mobile? Is it mobile? I don't know, but whatever. She's moving around like crazy, and sometimes to redirect her attention and kind of get her moving in a direction I want her to be moving in instead of like a dangerous direction, I just have to like push the button on one of these as she comes over because she loves them. So that's been kind of helpful for me too. So these are great little toys. They're also really easy to pack. They have 2 different volume settings, which is nice. I always keep the toys on the lowest volume setting. They're still pretty loud on the lowest volume setting, but at least it's like nice music. It's not really annoying, awful music. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's better to me than some of the other musical toys that I've heard, and we have a couple of really annoying ones actually. But babies love the annoying music, don't they? Anyway, these are great, easy to pack. You can turn them off so you don't have to worry about them draining the batteries in your bag. Portable if you're going somewhere where it's appropriate to have a noise-making toy, and just really fun for babies and useful for mamas. Additionally, the teething, it's like, does it ever stop? I don't think it does. Since Charlotte was about 3 or 4 months old, she's been gumming like crazy, drooling a lot. Like, she hasn't been as drooly. She hasn't been a drool factory in the past couple of months, really. That kind of peaked in June, and it hasn't kind of subsided since, but she's gumming on things all the time. She's always got her hands in her mouth. She's always gumming on everything, and I know babies discover things through their mouths. That's how they learn about things, but it's also clear that she's definitely still teething. She only has 2 full teeth right now. They're 2 bottom teeth. She's got a few others that have kind of started to poke through, but they've been kind of like stuck there for a couple of months. I don't know, teething takes forever. So to me, it's not like bouts of teething. She's just teething all the time. But fortunately, she just hasn't been that bothered by it, which has been great. It hasn't really interfered too much with her, day-to-day activities and her sleep and stuff. So it's only on very rare occasions that she gets bothered by it. But teething toys have been essential, and she teethes on everything. Everything is a teething toy, but the ones that are designed for that, especially this one, which is called the Baby Banana, genius. This is the best teething toy, in my opinion, hands down, above Sophie, just based on my baby's reaction to it. It's a little silicone, little banana with a little fake kind of toothbrush nubbies on it. It's not actually a brush, those are silicone as well. So first of all, I think this is kind of ingenious because not only is it a great teether, it's got little bumps on the end too, so you can use different parts of it to, they can use different parts on it to gum on different things and have different experiences of chewing on it, I don't know. But it also kind of gets them used to the idea of having a brush in their mouth, sort of a precursor to a toothbrush. And she loves gumming on this part especially. It feels really good on the gums. It's kind of like a gum massage. So I would hands down recommend this to anybody having a baby. I think it's a great shower gift because it's not, you hear about Sophie the giraffe all the time, and we do love Sophie, okay? But you don't hear about the Baby Banana, and it is by far Charlotte's favorite teething thing. So that's good as well. In terms of books, we read a lot of books every day. I read her a book before she takes 2 naps now, so I read her before every nap, and then I read her a couple books before bedtime. So we have quite a collection, and we go through a lot of stories, and I kind of rotate through them. And I've just noticed lately she's gotten really into the excuse me, you guys, it's so dry here. I'm trying not to choke on my words, but still in the Utah house, if you couldn't tell, it's where I am. Anyway, She's been really into patting things. She's like kind of in that baby pat phase for this past month, where she pats me, she pats her arm, she pats everything. She pats all the time. So she's gotten really into the touch and feel kind of sensory books, and I love these. These are the If I Were a, you know, fill in the animal blank, and they're by Jellycat, which is my favorite plush toy brand. In fact, Charlotte's Lovey is made from a Jellycat animal. Charlotte's really gotten much more into her Jellycat stuffies that she has now, but that might be a favorite later down because she's really just started to get interested in those. But these books are great. So we have several out here. These live out here. We have some at home too. We have If I Were a Cow, If I Were a Pony, and If I Were a Pig, and I think we have like If I Were an Owl and If I Were a Bunny. And they're just really simple books. There's not much of a storyline, but each page has a different texture to it, and different, you know, things for them to touch. And she's just really all about touching she's got to touch every page, and she loves playing with the tail that sticks up the top. And they're just cute and fun little short reads if you just want to, you know, have a fun playtime experience with a book. They're not really like whole stories, so if you wanted to read something a little more in depth, you might want to pick a different book, but these are great for playtime for babies who are really getting into the books that they can interact with in a tactile way. I have mentioned many times that Charlotte is a very long baby. She's very tall. She's like in the 97th percentile of her height. She has been since she was basically like 2 months old, but she's hovers around the 50th to 60th percentile for weight, so she's long and lean. She's kind of a string bean. So she actually now at 8 months old is in size 12 individual pieces, and then size 18 one-piece things. So anything like a romper or PJs or anything like that, she needs 18-month size for, which is kind of crazy. She's so long. So we've been going through a lot of, I mean, in the last month, I think I've gone through 2 different sizes for her. She just shot up since we've been at the house here. She's been growing like crazy. So I found I needed new pajamas here, and there's not a lot of stores nearby where I could just run and get something, like at home in Illinois where I could just like run to Carter's and get something. So I ordered off Amazon. I bought these Leverett pajamas, these little stripy ones. First of all, like, come on, these are super cute. We call these the Cheshire Cat ones because, come on. But they're really soft and light, which I like because she wears a wearable blanket, so she has that for warmth. I like that they still have the feet built in, because whenever I put her to bed without anything on her feet are always super cold, no matter what the temperature is. And we try to keep the house at, a consistent temperature. It's a little bit harder out here because we don't have air conditioning. But these are really great pajamas, and what I really like about them is that I've noticed that other brands like Baby Gap and Carter's, once you hit the 12-month size, they get really, really, really skinny, which is fine for her in the body, but the arms are like tiny. And I don't think she has like necessarily like big arms or anything, but it's like trying to get the pajamas over her little wrists, and they're like so tight. And because she is still only 8 months old, her arms aren't really the size of a 12 or 18-month-old, so I have to roll up the sleeves, and it's so tight on those pajamas I've found. These are much more forgiving. They're not quite as tight. They still fit, tightly. You want them pretty snug against the body. It's just better for safety reasons, but they're not so tight around the arms, and I just think they're really nice. They're a really reasonable price. They have lots of cute patterns and things. You can get them on Amazon for Prime. If you're a Prime member, that's great. So in a pinch, like we were when she just shot out of the 12-month pajamas a few weeks ago, I was like, oh boy. And we had these in a couple of days, and it's just been perfect. The only places where they're a little big on her, other than the sleeves, are the little built-in feet are a little bit too long, but it doesn't like bunch up or anything. Because I think her feet are kind of 8-month foot size, but they're not. These are 18-month size pajamas, if that makes sense. Anyway, I thought that was a good discovery, and I wanted to share with you guys because anything I can find on Amazon is just always so exciting, because first of all, good price, second of all, easy to get, especially if you're a Prime member. Oh, I didn't bring the box in here, I forgot. But I'll slide in a picture, like a picture of what they look like. The Happy Baby Teething Wafers. So Charlotte's been on solids for a couple of months now. It's going great. She loves eating. We're on, really thick textured breakfast, so like regular oatmeal, which I mix with mashed banana and then sometimes some yogurt. And she's on finger foods at lunch, so I chop up little pieces of soft cooked veggies, some baked things like breads and muffins and things. And then at dinner, I'm giving her like almost like stew, kind of, not stew, but she's eating a lot. Let's just say she's eating a lot. And I have now entered the territory of having to carry around a little snack for her in my bag when we're out and about, just in case we get a little hunger pang. She's still nursing, but we nurse at home. And I've just found when she gets a little fussy, when we've been out for a while, especially out here where it's so long to get anywhere in the car. It's like at least a half an hour away to get anywhere. A half an hour drive away, I mean. It's really nice to have a little snack for, you know, before I'm going to take her back, you know, to sit with her for a while and let her have a little snack. And the snack of choice, so easy to bring anywhere, are these Happy Baby teething wafers. They're little rice husks. They're just so portable. They come individually wrapped, 2 in a little package. I always have one in my bag. At first, I think I first gave them to her about a month and a half ago. And I was a little nervous because it's like, it looks like a big cracker. I'm like, this baby has 2 teeth. How is she gonna eat a cracker? But they really do like almost instantly dissolve into mush in your mouth. I tried them first before I gave them to her. I joke that I'm the royal tester and she's the princess, that I always taste her food always before I give it to her to make sure it's the right temperature, to make sure it, you know, tastes good. But the wafers have come in so handy, especially out here with our longer outings than we have at home. Just even to get to Target, it's like 35 minutes each way. So that's come really in handy. I would never let her eat anything at this stage without me right in front of her. So I like wouldn't let her eat something when we're in the car, like when I'm driving. She's just not ready for that yet. I think it's gonna be a while before we're snacking in the car, you know, and I don't know, I think that's a personal parental choice if you let your kids snack in the car or not. But when we're out and about and I need a quick snack, those have been great. She also, like, sometimes I feed her a whole meal and I feel like it's a ton of food and she seems still hungry afterwards, so I'll just give her a cracker or a rice husk, teether waver, whatever you want to call it, and that seems to do the trick. So they come in different flavors, they're pretty good ingredients, and they're just really portable. So I wanted to mention that because that's definitely come in handy this past month. Okay, another thing that I can't exactly bring in here, but I'll pop in a picture of, is we bought a stroller to leave out here. I wanted to do that. I wanted to have a more all-terrain friendly stroller because we live kind of in farm country here. We have a gravel driveway, the roads are a little rougher. I wanted something that could be kind of like easy trail friendly down the road, that sort of thing. And I just wanted to leave a stroller here so I didn't have to lug our big stroller back and forth every time, because I have found that, I know some people swear like you have to have a stroller in the airport, but at this stage, it's just been more of a hassle than a help. I'd much rather baby wear her in the airport. And in fact, I did on the way out here and it worked beautifully. It was so nice not to have to have the stroller and take the wheels off to get it through security. We have such a big stroller at home. We have the Upper Baby Vista. And to get it through security, you have to pop the wheels off to get it onto the conveyor belt, to go through the like x-ray machine. It's a pain in the butt. I love that stroller, I do. And I think maybe at some point I'll do is like a stroller review kind of comparison thing. Anyway, I bought this Baby Jogger City Mini stroller to have out here, and it's gonna live at this house. And I have absolutely fallen in love with it. I never really considered it for our stroller at home because I wanted a full-size stroller. I wanted something with a big basket. We live in suburbia. I didn't think I needed the suspension. I didn't think I needed the all-terrain wheels. But it has definitely spoiled me because it is such a smooth ride. And the fold, literally can fold it with one hand with the baby in the other arm. And like I can even like swing it up into the car with one arm. It's a lightweight. I think it's about 21 pounds. I have some things on it like a toy, I have a bar on it that I can hang toys off of. These are all things you have to buy separately. I have like a parent console where you can put like, bottles and things in, or, you know, whatever, a place for your keys and stuff. So it probably weighs a little bit more than that, but it's just easy. It's easy, and the canopy goes down so far. The only design flaw I think there is is that instead of, like on the Upper Baby Vista, the peekaboo panels, like on top of the stroller canopy, so you can look in down at your child from when the canopy's pulled open, those are mesh. And on the baby joggers, they're like plastic vinyl, like clear vinyl, and I wish they were mesh because that would just add an element of breathability to the stroller that I think it's missing in that way. But it's a great stroller, and I'm like, oh, now I wish I had one at home, but we don't need another stroller at home, you know, but it's just so nice. I didn't realize that I would care so much about stroller suspension because I figured we live in suburbia, like what do we, you know, at home in Illinois, what do we need, you know, great suspension for? But you feel that Upper Baby Vista stroller going over every sidewalk crack, over every bump. It's just like really magnified compared to using the City Mini here. It's just been it's a much smoother ride. And I think going back, I would have taken that into account when doing my initial stroller purchasing. But anyway, really enjoyed having that here. I think it's just gonna be nice to have out here. If down the road and she gets older and we need to have a stroller at the airport, we feel like that's an important thing, we can just do an umbrella stroller and have the, you know, the bigger stroller, the City Mini here. I think it's just nice to have one here because we do plan on returning here in the winter with the family, and then again next summer, probably for another whole month, you know, so we spent a good amount of time out here. I thought it was worth it, and it's a big stroller. It will grow with her, and you know, if we're blessed with more children, we can use it with other kids down the road too. So I figured it was a good investment, and I've fallen in love with it. And last but not least, my online resource of choice this past month has been, it's like a section of the Momtastic blog. It's the wholesome baby food blog part of Momtastic. Such a great resource for feeding your child solids. Great recipes, great guidelines of, you know, what's up to date, what's safe to feed, what's not. Just really helpful. I have found just giving me ideas on different things to feed Charlotte and appropriate timing for that, and it's just been a really helpful resource. I wanted to mention it here. I'll put a link to it below, of course. And I just think like it's got some great recipes and stuff, and now that she's really getting into finger food, she's just really starting to really feed herself the finger food. She's been eating finger food for about a month, but I've been feeding it to her. I always keep the food right in front of her so she can pick it up if she wants. And she does, but she hasn't been able to quite get it in her mouth. In the last few weeks, she's really getting that down. She's really starting to be able to pick up food, very small food, because the finger food the guideline I use for finger food for her is anything that's smaller than my pinky fingernail. So it's tiny. So it's really hard to pick up, and most of the things are kind of slippery because it's like mostly fruits or vegetables. And she's really getting it. So that's been really exciting to watch. But I think as we get more, you know, into this food adventure, that I'll be able to use more of the recipes in there for different things you can cook for your baby instead of just giving her single fruits and vegetables and grains and meats and things like that. So anyway, those were my 8-month baby favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to know some of your mommy favorites if you care to share things that your babies or small children are enjoying, not necessarily at 8 months old, but any age. I think it's fun to share that kind of information. And yeah, I think that's everything for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.